I think he's taken a lot of steps forward. I mean, just the leadership role of a quarterback, the communication with us, and then when we come off after, I don't know, a team period or something like that, and just talking to him and see how he feels about it. So.
Devin said he was surprised to see Kyle enter the portal. Were you surprised? How did you find out about that?
I found out through Twitter. Yeah, I was surprised too. I didn't know what to think of it. Yeah, that's really all I'm going to say about it.
What's it like in this day and age when you know the window is opening? Are you just, I wonder who's leaving? I wonder, friends from high school or guys that you went to camps with? Like,
Yeah.
are you just like,
Yeah, it's crazy now. I think the thing what Dion said, it's like free agency. It's like who can get in the transfer portal and get the most NIL and go somewhere that you're going to win. So I don't like it. So yeah, that's just my opinion.
why don't you like it?
I mean, if you look at what I started my fourth year. This is my fourth year, and it took me time to start. And then when people just want to go somewhere else and start right away, you have to earn it. You can't just be given it. When people give it, it's not as valuable to them as I think of it. I mean, I was behind great players too, so like I learned from them, and then I progressed through it, and then started, and then during the season I got a little bit better, and then now for the Cotton Bowl, and then the second season starting, I'll feel good.
Are there conversations that you try to relate to other guys, kind of on your thoughts about that, trying to tell them to stick it out and kind of relay your thoughts about this whole thing to them?
Yeah, I mean the guy that pops in my head was Josh Myers when he told me don't leave here. Even if you don't play, you'll get great connections through Ohio State that'll boost whatever you want to do in your life.
Was there a temptation for you to leave at one point, or was it kind of always?
Yeah, there was. Probably when I tore my ACL, and then Coach Fry was coming in. But I think I grew during that time when I tore my ACL, and was I think I became a better person out of that, just stepping away from football in that aspect.
So you're saying like staying has kind of made you kind of more well-rounded?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. And it's just made me understand so much more, not even about football, just life in general.
I think the Josh Myers conversation is interesting because when we talked to him a few years back, he relayed a story about his freshman year. Came in as a tackle, went against I think Nick Bosa and passed, and that's when he realized he wasn't going to be a tackle at Ohio State.
Yeah.
And so, when did this conversation happen with Josh? And is this something that you also have to relay to your teammates? Because offensive line, I also think is different because you have to be patient there.
Yeah.
Will other players with other positions listen to an offensive lineman about patience?
No, I don't think so. I think it's like it's offensive line, it's offensive line brotherhood. But I just, when we had that conversation, I think it was COVID when we had that conversation, because COVID was a difficult time as well, because like my freshman year I didn't know what to expect coming here, such a jump, but then he told me to stick it out, and I think I've progressed through these years, just learning about myself and more about Ohio State in general to make me appreciate everything that's gone on in my time here. So.
Did it help only being one state away from home? Like if you were from Colorado or California, would you have?
Yeah, I think that helps. I think it helps, but at the same time, like there's so many people here that are special that help you through it. It's kind of crazy.
Josh, how do you feel like you've grown this year?
Felt like I'd grown. I think I regressed just a little bit. TM up North wasn't a very good game for me. It was hard with the silent count. That's one thing I think I got to improve on is the silent count as I go forward and playing here. But other than that, like you're gonna have people say I have sacks and all that. Yeah, that's first year. I think everybody's gotten a sack or two, even like, I don't know, great like Joe Thomas or some guy like that. But it just makes me learn from it and grow as well when that happens and how not to do it. So.
When you guys evaluate your season, it's hard not to look at the game that's
Yeah.
going on. But there's so much else that happens in season, so much else, all the growth, right? How do you guys deal with that without like singling that game? Because I know you put so much importance on it, but still looking at the other 11 where maybe some really good things happen.
Yeah. I think all the games we've grown, and I think our loss is the biggest one that we've grown with. It's difficult because people think an 11-1 season's pretty good, but not here. It's not. You want to go undefeated and win the national championship. So it's just taking it day by day, honestly, for our group as an offensive line, looking at what we did wrong and what we could do to make ourselves better and launch us into the Cotton Bowl and the 2024 season.
There's
Last question.
Mm-hmm.
Where can you improve in that area to kind of
Yeah, yeah. I think some of them are situations that, like when we're in silent cadence, it's tough doing it because you have to look at the ball and then you don't know where the defender's at. So then once the ball snapped, you got to roll back and then look at the defender. So I think working on silent cadence is the biggest thing for me, and just knowing more about, like, when we were going in practice, I was always looking at JT or Jack pass setting, but I think looking more straight ahead to see and periffing the ball to go back and then seeing the defensive end. So, yeah.
All right, Josh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Josh.